Hello, everybody. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Kim. Welcome to the Fierce Entrepreneurs Summit. We're excited to be here, and we are hosting this event with the amazing team behind the scenes that are helping us so much. I'm Kerry Zarb. I'm a financial designer from the land down under.
And I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team, and so excited to be co hosting with Carrie, the famous Carrie Zarb.
So, Kim, I think we should explain what this summit is all about and why people should be here and tuning in and hopefully be able to stay with us for the next couple of hours.
Oh, I'm so excited, Carrie. This summit to me is all about the fierce entrepreneurs that we are surrounded by all the time in our community. So for us, fierce is not that mean side, it's that they are truly building empires while building lives also. I think that's an important part of the story for this summit.
Well, Kim, I think we've got some amazing people joining us. We've got 2 panel discussions, so we're going to do things a little bit differently to what people may have seen in the past. And we're just here for the one occasion this time. We normally split it over 2 days, but we also want to be living proof that an event in your business doesn't have to be huge. You can do small events, and we wanted to be living proof of that in today's summit.
I love that, Carrie. That is one of our definitely beliefs or philosophies in our entrepreneur journey is to be that living proof for everybody. Because you know what? There's messy going on right now, and that's how it is. We don't want to hide the messy or we want to be transparent because there's a lot of people that have events that something goes wrong or something happens. The plan wasn't for me to be in my kitchen tonight, but because of a background mishap, I'm in my kitchen tonight. So I want to say that's the beginning of the messy, but we're going to have a great time tonight. We hope you learn from these entrepreneurs. We hope you are motivated, inspired, and encouraged. All the things, Carrie, all the things.
Absolutely, Kim. And I think we are always living proof of messy is beautiful, as you love to say, Kim, and just do it anyway. Just turn up and have a go because what's the worst that can happen? Like, we're probably not as organized as we could be, and it probably looks a little bit messy, but that's okay.
And the truth is, Carrie, most people will tell you, don't tell that. Nobody will ever know. But we say it out loud because we want everybody to know. We want everybody to know what's possible and that, like, messy is part of business, period. It's just part of, like, what happens. So, messy is beautiful.
It is. And Kim, I think we have a little bit of a sizzle reel that we're going to play short, like now. Is that the plan?
That is the plan. What would be your definition of fierce as an entrepreneur?
I think fierce is a program setting. Somebody that has that fire inside that's going to be like, this is going to be hard, but I'm still going to burn and do it. I'm still going to take the steps. I'm still going to raise my hand and continue.
It has been a lot of showing up consistently, but also pulling out some pom poms and supporting others on their journey as well. And on the flip side of that, pulling down the boom gate to protect ourselves. Having those moments where it's okay to put time on the calendar for ourselves to work on our business, not just in our business.
A leader and someone who just doesn't give up. Someone who's got a lot of drive, and no matter what obstacles are in their way, they will find ways to overcome them.
I think it means strong. It means you can bounce back from adversity. You can bounce back from failing. You can persevere, and you celebrate the good things that happen.
Being present, being observant, being a good listener, being kind, being all the things that I feel I need to be to further my business to help others.
For me, it speaks to my passion to pursue the calling of my heart. It speaks to tenacity and intensity and being intentional with what I'm doing and needing to adjust my sales and all of these things that, feel like fierce for me. Like for me, with my journey, it means I can do hard things. It means I can get back up.
Facing that big hairy monster, what that is for you, but still moving forward. It might be a baby step, it might be a leap, but just looking at it in its face and saying, okay, but I'm going to do this anyway. It's moving forward in spite of the fear and not knowing what's going to happen, but you're moving forward anyway.
I guess efforting when you don't feel like it. I think it has to do with resilience. It's being ready to dig in, to not quit, to not give up. Maybe you don't feel as strong as what you think you're up against, but you stay in the fight, you keep going anyway.
It's the protection of my community that's around me, the people that I want to be part of my community as an entrepreneur, whether it be through my business or my peers.
Having the courage to step into the light from behind the scenes, courage to listen to others who have tread the path before you and learn from it, and humility to know that you don't know it all. Being open to change, open to the realities, and stepping out there.
It's a journey of realness, of ups and downs and ins and outs, and sometimes being fierce actually means holding back or slowing down or being really gentle with yourself or other people.
I have to say I'm so excited because that is the first time that has been seen out loud. Carrie, what did you think?
Oh, I loved it, Kim. I had no idea that that's what we were even playing. So that's part of the messy, but it was amazing.
A lot of work went into that behind the scenes, and some of those messy bits that we were talking about is like fixing all the things that maybe were a little off or whatever. And that's what we do. Like, we are so proud of, and I'm going to speak specifically to Jill on that one. We're so proud of Jill for like gathering all that together and doing the things. Adam has done like a bazillion things. So Jill and Adam are the ones that glue all this together for us, and we're very proud. So without further ado, Carrie, should we introduce our first guest panelists?
I think that's a great idea, Kim. There's no time like the present, and let's kick it off.
Well, I am honored tonight to get to be the introducer. So if I mess up, you all have to just forgive me and my messy. That's what I'm going to say right out of the gate. But Melissa Stetcher, aka Izzy, is a professional organizer, published author, and owner of Hopeful Simplicity. She's also the creator of the 3S method for organizing that is sweeping the nation. So welcome, Izzy. And I'm going to keep introducing everybody. Kat Corchado, to be exact, the freaking fabulous Kat, is a proud Air Force veteran, podcast host of Sisters in Service, who I believe just dropped 110 or 111 episodes, and founder of Small Space Pilates, where she helps others find their fabulosity too. So welcome, Kat. And Jill Olish, she is the founder of Mama Outspoken. She's only days away from being a published author and a passionate speaker on the challenges of postpartum anxiety and rage. She also supports a whole lot of mama entrepreneurs. And then we have our Donna Bender. Donna is a certified giftologist, a corporate gifting strategist, a branding strategist, and she is our resident fun date. I'm going to call her that because she is so much fun. Well, no matter what we're doing. So welcome y'all to the summit.
Hi.
Welcome. It's so great to see your faces. We're excited that you're here with us.
We're very excited, Carrie. We're like looking to see what we're supposed to do next. I just want y'all to know that's what we're doing in the background.
Well, Kim, I know that we have quite a few questions to get through with this amazing panel of entrepreneurs, and I think we should just dive right in. Do we want to hit question 1, Kim?
I think we should just go for it, Carrie, and then maybe we'll have a few minutes for conversations with the panel.
Oh, I like it. So I'm going to go in order of my screen because we all know how things shape shift. And if we don't kind of do that, we lose track and we forget someone. And I don't want to forget anyone because everyone here is so amazing. So the first question is what is your favorite part of being an entrepreneur? And I'm going to hand it over to Jill.
My favorite part of being an entrepreneur. Oh my goodness. Setting my own hours. I think working around my dream life, like working work into my dream life of being able to work around what I want to be able to do in my life is my favorite part. So I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. I can work 9 to 2 or 3 to 4. I can work whenever it fits into what we got going on. So that's my favorite part.
I love it, Jill. Thank you. So, Kat, same question for you. What is your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
I think right now, because I'm still working outside the home, is knowing that I'm building an empire so that I'm building that dream that I've always had, that thought that I didn't think could come true. So it's doing the work and seeing it come true, and it fuels me to keep moving forward.
Oh, that's amazing, Kat. Thank you. Donna, same question for you. What's your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
I think that I worked just as hard when I was working for someone else, but this time I get to see the benefits of my labor, and that it's for my company. That to me is very rewarding.
Oh, great answer, Donna. Thank you. Melissa, Izzy, what's your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
I mean, yes. Yeah, I think yes. I mean, my entrepreneur community and then my actual business community are probably leading that, but learning. I am always learning new things, and sometimes I don't want to, but other times I'm like, I didn't even know I was going to love that. So the ever-ending learning rolling wheel that we're on as entrepreneurs is pretty amazing.
I agree, Izzy. It is amazing. Thank you.
So I have another question for all of you, and we'll go in the same order. That is, what is the biggest lesson you've learned as an entrepreneur? And I almost feel like it's dun dun dun. Jill.
The biggest lesson I've learned is putting myself first in what I do, because my health is important just as much as my attention to anyone that I work with or work for, because burnout is real and easy to get to, and our bandwidth has only so much that we can do with it. So putting you first gives us that opportunity to always be fresh, or at least honest with ourselves and what we can do for each day.
Thank you, Jill. Kat, same question. What is the biggest lesson you've learned as an entrepreneur?
I think for me is realizing that just because I don't know something doesn't mean that I can't learn how to do it.
I love it.
Period.
Kat's like, boom. I knew. Donna, same question. What is your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur?
Sometimes you have to unlearn things and learn new things in its place. That actually is the eye-opening lesson.
Thank you, Donna. You are so right. Izzy, aka Melissa, same question. Biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur?
How to just shut up and take it and not see it. I mean, that sounded bad. You know, like how to slow down and then speed up even when I can't see, like, well, okay, but I don't have the destination. It's not written on my ticket. I can't clearly see where I'm going, and slowing down to get there, and then actually accepting the BA that I am in business is kind of like, okay, that's written on my ticket. But yeah.
I love it. And just for the record, we have to mention that Izzy has coined the adjective, I think it would be an adjective, we'll have to ask Collie, for snarkily. She can be snarky, but she's very sparkly. So it's snarkily. So she's coined a new adjective in our community.
That was a Squared and I conversation for the last summit, because Kim always brings the sparkly and was like, we're not sparkly. So I got to give credit to Squared on that one.
Which is our Melissa Butler Ferry. She's the one that like brought it up. But you two are so funny saying that. So I have to just point that out, Carrie. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I love it. It's fantastic. So we have another question for our panel. And question number 3 is, what's the number one trait you think is needed to be a successful entrepreneur? So Jill?
Okay. It's an acronym. Does that count as the one trait?
We'll take it.
Okay. It's FAT. So flexible, adaptable, and trainable.
Oh, I like it. That's the first time I've heard that one. Jill?
So that'd be the only time I wanted that applied to me, I would just say.
I love it. Kat, same question for you. Number one trait to be a successful entrepreneur?
Tenacious.
Ooh,
You got to
nice.
keep it moving. Just don't give up.
Love it. Donna, same question. Number one trait to be a successful entrepreneur?
You have to have passion for what you're doing, because without passion, you're not going to succeed. You know, there's a lot of times people will tell you what you should do, what you ought to do, but if it's not your passion,
I agree, Donna. The passion needs to be there, or what keeps us going. I think that's huge. Thank you, Donna. Izzy, Melissa, Izzy, same human. Same question. Number one trait to be a successful entrepreneur?
I feel like fierce is the right answer. I think resilient. Resilience would be the one I'm going to go with.
Nice. I like it.
These are all incredible answers, Carrie, I have to say. I'm already smitten with these humans, but it just makes it more so. I'll just say that. So the next question is, and y'all are almost off the hot seat and ready for conversations. Let me just give you that little bit of relief coming. The next question is, one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey. What would that be, Jill?
I don't know. This is a hard question. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I would change anything. Maybe trying it sooner. But I don't know if it would have been the same journey. So, yeah.
Great point. Absolutely great point. And I want to just point out, y'all are not hearing things. It's the sweetest little giggles in the background because Jill is a mama entrepreneur. And I just have to point that out. If you hear hubbies and littles and puppies and all the things in the background of any of our videos, that's who we are as a community. So we want to say that out loud. Kat, same question for you, ma'am. If you could change one thing, what would that be in your entrepreneur journey?
Well, I tend to agree with Jill. I think that sometimes I wish I had done this sooner, but timing's always been a huge thing in my life. And I don't think I was ready when I was younger. I wasn't ready to hear all the things that I needed to hear, like slow down to speed up. Does that sound familiar? So I think, so I think I'm doing this at the right time for me.
Great answer, Kat. And I wonder who has said that before. I'm just saying. So, Donna, same question. If you could change one thing, what do you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey?
Well, I say that my entire career was by accident. And so every position in every company that I worked for, it was on the job training as I was going through it. And I wish I had this in my life earlier on in my career, because no one sat and taught me anything. It was, trial and error. And so I do wish that I had this earlier on.
I think that answer is very common, Donna. And I will say, just for the record, Donna is spent a lifetime working with like some pretty famous celebrity and royalty empires. So Donna is behind the scenes on some things that are pretty amazing. And I just want to say that out loud. So I'm going to move on quickly, Donna. And Izzy. So what is the one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey?
The one thing I wish I could change in my entrepreneurial journey, hard words, is time in a different way. I wish I had time to focus on it and not start it as a side hustle, not start it on my free time, not start it outside of making somebody else money, but just full on focus my hopeful organizing train. Woo! Yep, that's my time.
So that's a great answer, Izzy. And I will say that one of the things we have watched you do, which is pretty amazing, is to go from that few hours when you could to really concentrating and focusing on your business. And that's been an amazing journey for us to watch. I know Carrie agrees.
I always agree, Kim. So the next question is your best tip for someone thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. And I'm going to reverse the order here. I want to mix things up a little bit. So I'm going to throw it over to Izzy first.
My best tip?
Your best tip.
Just do it. Just jump in and hold on and just go.
Love it. Oh my goodness. Nothing like just do it. Love it. Thank you, Izzy. Donna, same question for you. Your best tip for someone thinking about becoming an entrepreneur.
I just remember your answer, Carrie. You told them to run the other way. Okay? I'm just saying.
I might have done that.
But I truly feel that finding a group of like-minded people in a community is probably the best way to start your entrepreneur journey, because I say that, when you have an idea, you're working in an office, you can go next door and say, what do you think? But when you're an entrepreneur, you're alone. You're a solopreneur a lot of times, and you don't have that bounce ideas off of or someone supporting you. So I believe finding a community is probably the most important thing. And I think now, people could be more open to that.
That's a great answer, Donna. I love it. Kat, same question for you. Best tip for someone thinking about becoming an entrepreneur?
What she said. And she. No, I do have an answer. Why? What's your why? and I think passion has a lot to do with it, but I'm passionate about ice cream, but that doesn't mean I want to sell it or I want to make it. But I think that when things get hard, that if you remember your why you started in the first place, that's what's going to pull you through.
That's a great answer, Kat. And I think all of us could do with a little why on our wall, maybe as a reminder. Very good. Thank you, Kat. Jill, same question for you. Your best tip for someone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur?
I forgot my answer. Oh my goodness. I wanted to say, don't do it. Like Donna had pointed out your answer from last time, but I think it's going to be to learn what is a priority and how to stay accountable to that.
I love it. Thank you, Jill.
So these have been some pretty amazing answers to our questions, Carrie, but I think we need to open it up for conversation about, and we must confess, we have laughed, Carrie and I have laughed about the word entrepreneur. I don't know how many times we have to say it in a day, how many times we say it on every summit, how many times, and we've laughed about, we're going to change it to something that's got one syllable, because like it trips us up all the time. So Carrie, you want to lead the conversation, but I think we should open it up to really have a conversation about it. I want everybody to be inspired by these amazing humans.
Well, I think we could workshop right here on this panel what that word should be, Kim. Let's turn it into now. We've got amazing brains here. Come on, let's do it. Any suggestions?
A Noor, just like Noor. Just leave it at that.
That sounds too close to something else, Donna. I'm just going to say.
I don't know what it is. I don't have that train of thought. I'm just saying.
Well, so you can't change it now because the word entrepreneur and I just got married after a very, very long engagement. We finally got married to the word entrepreneur, and now you want to change it. I can't get divorced now.
Oh my goodness. Kat, you just brought up something great that would probably help a lot of people listening. Would you explain what you mean that you got married to that? Because that is a great example of all of us, what we need to hear.
Well, I think that I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, but I never considered myself an entrepreneur in anything that I ever did. And I did a lot of things and I sucked at all of them, just saying, because I wasn't passionate about it. But when someone said, oh, you're an entrepreneur, and I was like, no, I have a business. And they're like, you're an entrepreneur. And I was like, no, I have a business. And then finally I sat down one day and I thought, wow, I have never, ever called myself an entrepreneur for real, and realized that I've been playing around. And I think it's because I was this accidental entrepreneur. I never really thought I was. I didn't believe it. But I bought in. I gave the word entrepreneur an ultimatum. Either we get married or it's over. And we've only been married a short time, but I am officially an entrepreneur. Just saying.
I didn't realize, sorry, I was unmuted, but I agree as well, because I don't think I even used the word until I really started talking to Kim, because Kim would say she works with entrepreneurs. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess she won't be working with me, because I considered myself a small business owner. That was the word that everybody referred to. And so marrying the word, Kat, even though I've had my business for a long time, accepting that word to describe what it is that I do is actually newer for me as well.
And just for the record, I think this is such a great conversation, because entrepreneur to me is kind of the human that you have to be a business owner. it's not the like that it's a separate thing. It's how you have to become what is necessary, the tenacity, the the passion, all the things that go into being a business owner. I feel like that's what it takes, is the entrepreneurial spirit that gets you there. So I giggle when we talk about this, because I think I never would have said you weren't. I would have said you were.
And Kim, I want to add into what you just said, because for anyone tuning in, I don't think there's a rigid set mold to being an entrepreneur. So I think there might be some people out there that think that they're not and that they can't be because they might be missing something that we speak about. And that is not the case, because we're all different. We're all in different industries doing different things. So there isn't a set like checklist that you have to follow and tick all of the boxes to be an entrepreneur. I think we need to bring ourselves and our individuality to the table in our businesses, and it's going to look different for everyone, and that's what makes it somewhat amazing.
Oh my goodness, it makes it super amazing, Carrie.
But I don't want to get off this topic of changing this word. So have we got any other suggestions? Because I really want a suggestion.
We can't. They've already got married. Remember, we can't.
well, we could put it in brackets like after it, and then that's the word that we can say so that we don't trip.
Hyphenated name.
Yes, exactly.
So we could say solo entrepreneur and just say solopreneur.
None of us are doing this solo. Look at the community.
Well, so we're community entrepreneur. I don't know how that's going to work.
Communanors.
Communisolopreneurs, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think at this point we've practiced enough with the entrepreneur word. We just need to stick to it. Y'all are like gonna mess me up. I'm gonna be introducing people as the wrong thing.
But you know what it is? When people used to say that word, I used to think that, they were like up here, like, oh, they're risk takers. Well, so am I. And, and wow, they've had a lot of different companies. Well, so did I, but I didn't put myself in that category. It wasn't until it like the light bulb went off and I could say, yeah, I get it.
Can I just piggyback on that for a second? I think the reason, like Donna, was because I tried so many things before, and to be an entrepreneur was successful, and I wasn't successful. So that's why I never connected. But now we're married for life, and till death do us part.
And it's a freaking fabulous entrepreneur marriage. That's what we're gonna say. Chill, Izzy? They're both like, we are not answering unless you ask us a specific question. So let me point out one thing that I just have to giggle. So even though I'm the loud one in the room and like the one that's kind of obnoxious, and I get it, I'm actually 100% an introvert. And I think that one of the things that happens with entrepreneurs is if they're not extroverted, where they are the loud, I'm a loud introvert, if you can believe it. But that piece of us that is scared of community or scared of saying something out loud or just really doesn't want to do people-y stuff sometimes, I think that's completely normal for most entrepreneurs as well. I think we have it in our mind that an entrepreneur does these certain things. This is how they are. They're always spot on. They're always the belle of the ball. They're always doing the things. But the truth is, there's a lot of really quiet entrepreneurs out there that nobody would even know what they're doing if they didn't know about their business stuff. So I think that should be said out loud too. And Izzy, I know you're about to say something. She's trying not to, I think, but no, she's just gonna say no.
She's gonna be her little quiet, introverted, entrepreneurial self over here. Great talk.
But Izzy, you inspire people. Like, I think that needs to be said out loud. You inspire people in a lot of ways beyond even just the fact that you are changing the world with your, the system that you built for organizing. You are also an inspiration to other people who don't want to have the traditional be out in front and everybody looking at you and be in the spotlight and all of that. You are an inspiration to all of them to want to do business as well and be an entrepreneur. So, and Izzy says nothing. She says, yeah.
Well, I mean, you have a valid point. I don't need to be on, the red carpet or in the spotlight or on the stage or anything like that. Like, I'm happy to climb up on there and whatever, fun show tunes. That's fine. I don't mind doing it, but it's not like I can't wait to get out today and have everybody stare at me, because more often, like, my introverted self is like, why are you looking at me? What do you want? What? I have something in my teeth. Like, I can still move mountains and do things. I just don't have to have the loudspeaker doing it. I got my headset in instead.
I love that difference, Izzy. And, Carrie, we want to talk about Izzy since, we're the ones that get to do this part. We want to talk about the fact that she has come up with something organizing wise that's about your organizing style that has rocked all of our worlds. And I want to make sure that everybody knows they can go to Izzy's website, which is really important, and grab their, I don't know what it's called, Izzy, in the fact that it has had a little bit of evolution. So I believe it's quiz. I believe can you tell us the name of it so that I get it right?
It is a quiz, but it's, I think we left it at, I don't know. It's been 2 days since I looked at it. Crap on a cracker. I think the thing just says, what's your organizing style? But it's a quick 8-question quiz is where we've landed.
The coolest part about this is when people learn what their style is, which I'm going to raise my hand. This has been a game changer for me personally, is that when I started working with Izzy, I learned what my style was, and it made it possible to organize where I could keep it that way. I don't know if anybody's organized something. They've spent, $1 bazillion on beautiful little containers and everything looks so cute for a day. And then real life hits and it doesn't stay that way. My little magic containers did not keep it that way. So knowing my style has changed how I have organized things. And that has been amazing. And Izzy is the one, I'm going to say that. She is the organizing queen. And she has helped so many of us learn that. So she is like giving away the quiz so you can know your style, so it can be a game changer for you as well. So head over to her website. It's at the bottom in the ticker. And I think it's probably being dropped in the comments as we speak.
And I want to tap in here, Kim, and say Izzy has just transformed my life, because every time I look at some mess now, I'm like, oh, Izzy would tell me to pick that up. It's going to take 1 second and I can shift it from here to, does that need to be there? I don't think it does. So spending time with Izzy and hanging out with her and joining the conversations that we have with her, it's inspiring. It actually helps us become motivated to do those quick little things that we can on the daily and sometimes multiple times a day, and pack things up and know that they can have a home, but it's the home that we need. And going back to Izzy's quiz of finding your style, that's what I needed to do. And I'm still a work in progress. There's still plenty of little mess piles here and there, but I think we all need to spend time with Izzy and understand that that's okay, because Izzy doesn't judge us and she lets us know that we can get there. We're all a work in progress and there's hope.
I definitely think you need to say that part. Izzy tells us this every day on Clubhouse, and I think everybody should hear it. What is your sign off, Izzy?
You're not messy or lazy, friends. You just haven't found your organizing style for success. Stay hopeful.
We get to hear this every day and we love it. Love it. Thank you, Izzy. So, Carrie, I think we need to go into another, what we call one thing. I think we need to go into Donna Bender's one thing. Carrie's like,
Carrie's over here scrolling because I'm trying to find. I'll just say it how it is. I am literally scrolling over here, but I am excited about Donna's one thing because Donna is our resident givologist, in case you missed that earlier. And Donna's teaching us all how we can find ways to give to our clients and foster those relationships, build on those relationships and make them feel special. It's not just a transaction in business. It is about having relationships with our clients. And I can only say this because I've spent so much time with Donna, and it's definitely something that we take in when we are having conversations with her. And Donna shows us amazing products on a regular basis, and Donna has a show and tell that she actually hosts, and you can attend to get the latest updates on products and see what's available, because we need to find things that we can give to our clients, and we need that inspiration. I don't know about anybody else, but if you've been online and you've been searching for a gift, it's hard. It's actually a challenge. So Donna helps us hone into what our clients may like, their likes, and things that we can actually find gifts to tailor to our clients. So Donna's one thing, and if you go to her website, you'll be able to sign up for the next show and tell, which is on, oh, the date's backwards, sorry, Kerry's in Australia. It's Tuesday, the 25th of April at 1 p.m. Central Time.
And I will say this, Donna has done such a great job with the show and tell, because when I mentioned in her introduction that she's a fun date, I wasn't kidding. Whenever we show up to the show and tell, we never know what's going to be going on. And she does definitely bring products, like branded products, gift ideas. But just being around Donna, you will have a good time. So I want to say that out loud. We would definitely want everyone to take advantage of her generosity to do the show and tells.
Well, thank you both. I'm just very excited because I've ordered a lot of new samples. And so I can't wait for them to come and I can show everybody. So that's what I love to do.
And thank you for setting that up, Donna, because I think it's important that we know what the ideas are, because we have lots of things that won't work in our heads, but you have helped us get a giving plan together that is working. So that to me is very sexy. So thank you.
And Kim, I'm going to take over here because I've already scrolled. So I just want to make that clear. I'm where I need to be here. So I thought before you throw it, and then I've got to scroll again, I'll take over. Because we do want to talk about Jill's one thing, because Jill's bringing something really special to the table, which is a vision board party. So if anyone isn't sure what a vision board party is, well, first, it's a party, so you have to turn up for that. That's just what we do. And secondly, imagine that you can create a dream on your vision board so that you can start working towards achieving it. Like, this is inspiring. This whole summit is inspiring, but the vision board party is also inspiring because we all want things, and maybe we haven't even thought about what it is or what we do want in 5 years or 10 years or even in the next 6 months. So I think everyone should attend the vision board party and make dreams and turn them into reality, because once we've got that in front of us, we can start working towards it. So the vision board party is on the 1st of May at 6 p.m. Central Time. And you can head over to the My Sexy Business website to actually sign up for the vision board party.
I love that you scrolled, Carrie. Let me clean it up just a little.
Okay, please take it, Kim.
The vision board party is amazing, and Jill is hosting the vision board party, but she also has Mama Outspoken. That is like that. It's So I just want to make sure, Jill, can they go to Mama Outspoken to sign up to the vision board party?
Ooh, I don't think I even have it there. I think I only have it through the My Sexy Business website right now.
Oh my goodness, I'm laughing because it was like, oh, that's not gonna work. Wait, hold on. Welcome to the messy world of like us, right? It's gonna be exciting though. Like Jill is bringing the magic for that. She is doing all kinds of things behind the scenes to make that a very fun event. So it's a free thing too. It'll cost you your email. I'll say that. It'll cost you your email because we won't be able to send you the link if you don't give us your email. So that's what we're gonna tell you.
You can say it, Kim. I'm ready.
Which part are you?
Cats.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to go on or not. I was stopped from saying anything, so I want to make sure. So I want to talk about cats. One thing, Cat has brought something to the table that's pretty serious for entrepreneurs. Before we change that name, we are like sitting in front of the computer a lot, like as a virtual online remote working, like there's a whole list of things. We have business things we do online. We have all kinds of time that we sit in front of a computer or we just sit on our bums. And Kat is, I want all of you to look at her really closely. This is important. Look at that beautiful smile. You've heard her giggle. Do not be deceived. She will kick your booty and she'll do it with a smile on her face. So she is the founder of the Small Space Pilates community, but she has offered to give everyone not only a video on stretching to help us all for that sitting in front of the computer too long, that getting, I don't know if y'all do, but I just get tired of sitting. I get tired of being like in one place, and this is an answer. Kat is answering that question for all of us. But I'm going to go a little bit farther with this too. Of Kat is also generously giving away a week for everyone who wants to come into the Small Space Pilates Yacht Club, because it is the SS Pilates. If you want to get a week of that, go to her website. They're both right there where you can find them easily. Sign up and I'll see you there because Kat kicks my booty on the regular. So it is very good, but she has seriously helped me tremendously to get stronger. Still haven't figured out the longer part, Kat, but I'm definitely stronger. Do you want to speak to that phrase you use that I'm always like looking to like do?
Absolutely. I think I've changed it. It was like longer, leaner, taller. People say, what's the longer? But Pilates helps you to just stand up so you feel taller. You feel like you have more length in your body and in your muscles. And so that's what I mean when I say, you feel longer. And, people say, oh, I'm taller because of Pilates. I can't make you taller, but I can make you feel like you're taller. So reach out to me if you want to feel taller.
I love that. Now that's a juicy catch, Kat. I love it. Carrie, do you want to be taller?
I need to be taller, Kim, because I don't wear heels and I'm 5 foot nothing. So I could do with a few, a little bit extra here. And but when I do wear something that's got a bit of a platform, wow, there's a whole different view up there. Like it is serious stuff. So, and I wonder like what's going to happen as I get a little bit older, because I do sit so much. Am I going to shrink more from sitting? So I love the idea of getting some exercises for all of us that sit at computers so much. We need to move our bodies. And I love what Kat's going on in SS Pilates.
I'm sitting up taller because of Kat.
I know. I started doing this a minute ago. I thought, don't follow Kerry. Go over to Kat's website and grab what Kat's got going on, because I don't know it yet, and I will. But I will.
Well, she is sharing some I'm going to call them secrets. She shared some secrets about how we can feel better from sitting. Carrie, I think we should probably go around the stage to final thoughts for everyone, because I would love everyone to have a chance to say what they want. We do have to keep it like reined in because we do have some more time, more people, all the things. But I would love to do that.
Me too. Now I can play the bell. Yes.
She's been wanting to play the bell throughout the whole everything. And I'm like, Carrie, that's not it. Carrie, that's not it. So that is the bell on Clubhouse that signals final thoughts in all our rooms we do there. So that makes me giggle. But Carrie, you're going to lead final thoughts. So you push the button. It's on you now.
Press it again? Sure. Just in case you didn't catch it the first time, now you know what's coming. I think we can go in reverse order. I would love to get everyone's final thoughts. So, Melissa, Izzy, your final thoughts, please.
Yeah, no, I can't stop laughing. Oh, I love it. Your face is just like, yes, power. I can't do much shit. I love it. I love it. I love the fun we have in this community. It's messy, it's fun, and we're all just like, that was great. Now focus, get back to work. Bring your fears back on. Oh, that was fun too. And then we're back to, I just love it. I love it that we get together more often than we probably should sometimes, and we all could learn from each other. I mean, right? It's always growing and going, right, Princess?
I was gonna say that's the phrase that Izzy came up with, and I love it. We grow and go or go and go. I said it wrong.
We grow and go together. Well, shoot, now I don't remember. Yep, there's that fun again.
Thank
See
you,
you all
Izzy.
later. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Izzy.
Miss Donna, final thoughts.
Well, this has been enjoyable. And I just appreciate having this platform that you all provide to us and help support the entrepreneur community. And I can't thank you enough, nor do I know of any other community that does that. And so my final thought is, if you're an entrepreneur and want to be part of a community, you should go to mysexybusiness.com and look at Groundwork Brigade. That's all I'm saying. And that's my commercial. No, but I do. I am very grateful for the platform that you have built for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Donna. And we love having everyone with us.
Yes. And if anyone
Kat?
has questions about Groundwork Brigade, they should just go straight to the people on here. I'm going to say that. They should go and talk to everyone on here instead of even talking to us, because they can figure it out that way. Like, y'all can have conversations. I think that's a really important part of this. And Donna, you're constantly referring this community and referring everybody. I just want to say thank you back. Like, thank you for being so supportive as well, because I think that's part of the collaborative nature of this community. So,
well, yeah, it's my pleasure. I mean, we can't take anything for granted. And so, I mean, think about it. You're working in an office, that community is not sitting here and giving anybody a platform. So the fact that you can be an entrepreneur, have a platform and a community, that's the way to go. So thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Miss Frickin' Fabulous Kat Corchado, we need your final thoughts.
Thank you, Carrie. I am appreciative and I love this community. I think that it's been almost a year since I've been a part of this official community. And most of you probably know that, I wasn't sure that I wanted to do this. And I listened to my gut and I said, let me just see what happens. And I don't think I'd be as far as I am right now without y'all's help. Kim speaks my language. So when, people start sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher and I'm like this, and she'll break it down, she'll break it down into a language that and not just Kim, the whole community steps up and steps in and helps, and we all help each other. And I think that's what's special about this community, is that we're not just individuals in a group, we are a community. And that's what I love about this. So thank you for inviting me, and it's been fun.
Thank you, Kat. Jill, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I am so happy to have been a part of this summit again, now as another masterminder. And I am also so proud of everybody that is here as well, and all that you have each grown into in your entrepreneurship journeys. It's so amazing to watch all of us just gain more understanding and be able to highlight each other on summits like this. So it is a fantastic experience, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
And Jill, thank you, because you've done so much behind the scenes to help us bring this together. So I want to say that out loud because it was mentioned earlier, but now you're here in person virtually. And I think it's great to put the face to the name so that people recognize all of your efforts. Thank you.
Speaking of Jill's efforts, I think we're going to go to the sizzle reel again, Carrie, and play it through, because that was the first time anyone had seen it. That way everybody can see it. And then we'll set the stage for the second panel. How does that sound, Carrie?
Fantastic.
So love you all, and we'll see you in about 3 minutes. What would be your definition of fierce as an entrepreneur?
I think fierce is a program setting. Somebody that has that fire inside that's going to be like, this is going to be hard, but I'm still going to burn and do it. I'm still going to take the steps. I'm still going to raise my hand and continue.
It has been a lot of showing up consistently, but also pulling out some pom-poms and supporting others on their journey as well. And on the flip side of that, pulling down the boom gate to protect ourselves. Having those moments where it's okay to put time on the calendar for ourselves, to work on our business, not just in our business.
A leader and someone who just doesn't give up. Someone who's got a lot of drive, and no matter what obstacles are in their way, they will find ways to overcome them.
I think it means strong. It means you can bounce back from adversity. You can bounce back from failing. You can persevere, and you celebrate the good things that happen.
Being present, being observant, being a good listener, being kind, being all the things that I feel I need to be to further my business to help others.
For me, it speaks to my passion to pursue the calling of my heart. It speaks to tenacity and intensity and being intentional with what I'm doing and needing to adjust my sales and all of these things that feel like fierce for me. Like for me, with my journey, it means I can do hard things. It means I can get back up.
Facing that big hairy monster, what that is for you, but still moving forward. It might be a baby step, it might be a leap, but just looking at it in its face and saying, okay, but I'm going to do this anyway. It's moving forward in spite of the fear and not knowing what's going to happen, but you're moving forward anyway.
I guess efforting when you don't feel like it. I think it has to do with resilience. It's being ready to dig in, to not quit, to not give up. Maybe you don't feel as strong as what you think you're up against, but you stay in the fight, you keep going anyway.
It's the protection of my community that's around me, the people that I want to be part of my community as an entrepreneur, whether it be through my business or my peers.
Having the courage to step into the light from behind the scenes, courage to listen to others who have tread the path before you and learn from it, and humility to know that you don't know it all. Being open to change, open to the realities, and stepping out there.
It's a journey of realness, of ups and downs and ins and outs, and sometimes being fierce actually means holding back or slowing down or being really gentle with yourself or other people.
Oh my goodness, Carrie. I am so like overtaken kind of with emotions with seeing that, because this community means so much to both of us, and to see all that they have accomplished like over their lifetimes, like on one sizzle reel, it is overwhelming to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to get like all emotional.
Kim, I think it's beautiful in the way the team have brought it together to highlight everyone. And we love these humans and we love spending time with everyone. And it was said in, the last panel that this community supports each other. And it's true. Like a lot of places actually say those things, but it really happens in this space. Everyone is there to help and support each other beyond being in spaces together. There's private messages going on, and there's also people willing to support each other when people get stuck, and it's just I can't speak highly enough of it, Kim.
I'm smitten with this whole lot. How's that?
Good word, Kim. Good word.
So, Carrie, we're going to go into the next panel, but first I want to do one short clip from an interview we did with Yvonne, who could not be here in person tonight, and we missed her, and we didn't want to leave her out. So we'll do her clip now, and then we have one at the very end with Holly. But let's do Yvonne's, and then we can go into the panel, and then we'll do the other one. So I hope that doesn't like cause the team to be totally confused, because I just changed the agenda live. Welcome to our world. But would you no, I'm supposed to do it. I'm sorry, I about did it backwards. I was gonna say, would you introduce Yvonne? I'm the introducer. So pardon me while I like mess that up.
That's okay.
Our interview is with Yvonne Marchese. She is definitely an age agitator. She is the founder and leader of the Midlife Uprising community. She's the host, she's the creator and the host for Late Bloomer Living podcast. And she is rocking the whole, I'm going to say the rocking the whole world. Can I say that, Carrie? Because she is doing some amazing things. So we need to go to her interview, and this was pre-recorded because we couldn't all be here tonight with her. So take it away, guys, and play her interview.
My favorite part of being an entrepreneur is that I'm a control freak, and it lets me control my schedule. But we have a busy life going on around here, and I love the flexibility that being an entrepreneur gives me to live my life. It's a beautiful thing.
Love that, Yvonne.
What is the biggest lesson learned being an entrepreneur?
The biggest lesson learned is that it's more fun to do entrepreneurship in community with other people who get what you're doing, who get the struggles, who understand all that. Because, a lot of my other family and friends, they are, they support me. They're wonderful, but they have jobs for the most part. And so surrounding myself with you guys and, all of our other cohorts and minions, I'll say, Carrie, are, it's just great to have company. It's one of the reasons I'm so happy that I started a podcast to begin with, is because it has expanded my world. It has expanded the people in my world that I care about, because I've had guests on my podcast that have turned into real friends, some of whom I have not met in person, but
I love that though, Yvonne. So I'd like to know what your number one trait you need most to be a successful entrepreneur would be.
Tenacity.
So tell us what tenacity means to you.
It means that even when you have a rough day or a rough week and you are questioning everything about your choices, that there's still this voice inside that's like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And you just keep going.
And what is one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneurial journey?
Oh man, that's a really tough question, because I think my first instinct is to say, I would love to see, more financial success more quickly. But at the same time, I feel like the pace that things are going at is right. And so as much as I would like to see, faster growth for the podcast, or any number of things, I don't know that I could actually handle it. So, I'm a little torn on answering that question.
Be careful what you ask for, right?
Mhm.
So our last question, at least for right now, Yvonne, is what is your best tip for someone thinking about becoming an entrepreneur? Like, what would you say to them?
I would say trust yourself, start today, and start with baby steps. Get things moving, and then course correct as you go. But and as you always like to say, Kim, you can't drive a parked car. So take your chances. One of the things that I really had to embrace as I was starting the podcast and getting everything going was the idea that done is better than perfect, and just start.
So you and I share one of our favorite phrases between us, I will say, or I think it's one of our favorites together.
Mm-hmm.
And that is messy is beautiful. That was proof of messy. I will just say that, Carrie. So Yvonne has been amazing in this community. She's a huge supporter in this community. But I want to say one of the things for her, she has created something special for the summit. She created a giveaway that has 3 meditations, and it's Making Waves is the meditations that she's like, I know there's a proper title, but that's my version of the title. And it's to alleviate stress, one of the meditations. One of them is for
Sleep.
For sleep, and one of them is for
Self-compassion.
Self-compassion. Thank you, Carrie. Y'all can tell Carrie's having to feed me these answers. So thank you, Carrie, for making it clear. But Yvonne does meditations with us in the community. And I know that she's putting together some extra things for the community, Midlife Uprising community. So if you all would like those meditations that she does, she has the most amazing voice that, takes you places. So definitely go to latebloomerliving.com and check out her free gift for everybody.
And Kim, I want to encourage people to actually connect with Yvonne as well, because she's not here live, but trust me, she is as fun as everybody else. And she is such an amazing human and inspiring, absolutely inspiring in what she's doing. And she's just fun. She's so much fun to hang out with. We get the privilege of spending so much time with her. And I think everyone needs to connect with Yvonne.
I agree, Carrie. And let's go on and introduce our panel. I see in the green room that we have our panel waiting for us, and I'm excited about this second panel in this summit, Kiri.
Me too. I think we should. Are we ready to do that, Kim?
I think we are, and I'm going to do this messy. I'm just going to say that. So we, for this panel, we have Denise Millay, who is the findability queen in our universe. She is someone who believes in helping entrepreneurs be found online, and she has a great tagline. We'll ask her about that in a minute. But she has had like a long career in IT. She's brilliant with keyword and SEO and all that, but don't tell her I said all that. And she is like super, super, super helpful when it comes to tech. So Denise is one of our guest panelists. We have Melissa Bottorff-Airy, who she is an amazing human, first and foremost, but Melissa is doing things to change this world in such a big way. And I look at her sometimes and I'm in awe of the fact that she does what she does. She has the Leftover Pieces, Suicide Loss Conversations podcast. She has multiple published things. She's a published author several times over. She's done a project that is only days away from being published for mamas who have, experienced suicide loss with their kids. She is just doing all kinds of incredible things. And I also know she is doing things like she's got some TED Talks coming up, and she's got some other things going on behind the scenes that are pretty exciting. So welcome, Melissa, to the stage. And then we have, and she's going to possibly be joining us in and out because of where she's at right now. This is messy at its finest, but we do have Linda Bonney. She is the founder and owner of the Production Hub, and she is an amazing human doing all kinds of things to help podcasters across the world do things that they didn't even know was possible with their podcast. So I'm going to say that, and I am not positive if there she is. Her and her little are joining us tonight. We want to make sure.
Yeah, all the mini me's.
So sweet. And we also have our very own Adam Rothenberg. Adam is the founder and the face and the interviewer. Let me go on and on of Call Me Adam podcast and in universe. We'll just call it that. He's got a whole thing. He's done over 1,500 interviews, most of them with celebrities that you all would know if you heard their names. So he's incredible. But Adam is also joining the panel with us tonight and gonna rock his section of all of this conversation about entrepreneurs. So Carrie, are you ready to kick this off? Welcome, y'all, but we're gonna be hot and like coming in hot.
We are. Welcome, everyone. It's so good to see your faces. And we have some questions. I'm not sure if you've tuned in to the no cheating, guys. I hope you didn't tune in, but it's nice if you did because we love the support, but no cheating. So the first question is, and I'm going to go in order of the screen again. So Adam, you'll be first up, is what is your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
My favorite part of being an entrepreneur is the freedom that I get to choose what I want to do. So I think of being an entrepreneur not only as working on my own business, but I get to choose other projects or other what typically people call freelance jobs or independent contractor jobs I want to do. It's working. It may be working for other people, but in a way, but I look at it as working for myself and collaborating with other people.
That's a fantastic answer, Adam. Thank you. Heading over to Linda Bonney and a little in the background. Linda, what is your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
Oh, goodness, so many parts. Definitely one of the ones right up the top is the people and conversations that I've been so very much honoured to have. Other entrepreneur folk which have truly and completely and utterly believed in me, and now very much friends and family as well. So just being completely surrounded by inspiration every day.
Love it. Thank you, Linda. Melissa, what is your answer to the question?
I think my answer to this question is feeling like I'm actually in control of my own destiny. I don't think we feel that way when we work for somebody else. It feels, I mean, I know people that have put in 29 years and they're ready to retire, and then it's all pulled out from under them. And while we can have failures, we also can control what we get up and do, and if we get up, and all of the things. So I think it's being in control of my own destiny ultimately.
I love that answer, Melissa. And to quote Kim and I, we have this conversation often that we are control freaky, and that is just part of being an entrepreneur. Yes, exactly. Denise, what is your favourite part of being an entrepreneur?
Everybody's answers so far, same. But I will say that I am one that likes to work. I love to work. But working for someone else's vision and objectives and goals just doesn't have the same heart in it. And I like working hard, but feeling like I'm directing it, and it's more important to me that way. I mean, I loved my corporate work, but I feel like I'm making choices and I'm doing the things that I love. So it just feels so much more rewarding.
That's a great answer. Thank you, Denise.
So we have another hot question for the night, we'll call it. And we'd like to know, what is your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur? Adam?
My biggest lesson learned is that I don't have to be a perfectionist, and everything that I put out there doesn't have to be picture perfect when it's released, and I can release it as you would say, messy, and build it from there, but sort of should be showing people how I'm going about getting to that finished picture perfect product. Yeah, that part.
I love it, Adam. Thank you. Yes, we do share that messy is beautiful theory. Linda Bonnie, what would you say is your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur?
I think one of the biggest lessons that I've needed to learn is to not try to compartmentalize my life as an entrepreneur, because we do not get the same, we don't live in the same world as being able to walk out the front door and go to an office and then come home again. So as you can see, I need to incorporate much of my life into my entrepreneur life, and I actually really resisted that for a while. And the lesson I need to learn is to do less of the compartmentalization, which actually makes me feel a whole lot less stressed, and actually is probably much more the way that I'm wired anyway. So
I love it. Thank you. Melissa, what would you say your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur is?
I would say that my biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur is, I'm going to smash two words together, humility and patience. I think being an entrepreneur is continual humility. It's a continual lesson in humility. If it's not, I'd like to meet that person. But I think you have to learn how to believe in your mission and your vision and your why, even when it's not clear, even when you want to quit. And so it's a humility. It's humility is a big one. So, and obviously patience there, because if you don't take the time, so, and you just want everything to happen now, which again, that's a control freak problem, right? So we have to constantly face this idea that we want to make it happen, and we want to make it happen yesterday. So humility and patience to me are two of the biggest things.
I love that answer. Thank you. You are a shining example, living proof of what it looks like to be successful, because you are taking the time to learn those patient things. So I just want to say that. So thank you. Denise, what is your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur?
I think there's so many that it's hard to choose, but I will say, for anybody who's new to it, new like 2 or 3 years in versus some of the others, the imposter syndrome you feel, the things you feel like, I'm not worthy, I'm not able to do this. Your gut's telling you you can, or you wouldn't have even tried. And every single one of the people on the screen or that you encounter is all feeling the same way. And you're not unique, not that you're not a special snowflake, but like you're not unique in this journey, because everybody feels it. It is not a natural thing that we all got skills in when we were born, although some did. I'm looking in the red shirt there. But I feel like everybody's going through it too, and really that it's not true. So just let yourself keep going. So.
Thank you, Denise. That is a great, that's a great pointing out of all of us are way more similar. Like we really do have so many things in common, and that is definitely, and those in the red shirts, Adam and I both can attest to, we are in that category as well.
I wondered why I put on pink this morning. I was actually kind of like, should I? I'm not sure. Okay. Our next question for this amazing panel is, what do you think is the number one trait to be successful as an entrepreneur? Adam, what's your answer?
I would say perseverance, but we only get one, so perseverance.
I was waiting for the list, and then I realized, oh yes, it is just one.
Great way to follow directions, Adam, because we're not very good at it over here, right?
I know. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Adam. Linda, do you have one trait that you think makes us a successful entrepreneur? Kerry will get the words out in a minute.
I'm going to actually say reciprocate. The word I can't even say. You need to be reciprocal. You need to be able to allow others to support you as much as you support yourself, as much as there needs to be give and take. Not just all about you, not just all about them.
That's a great answer, Linda. Thank you. Melissa, what do you think is the number one trait to be a successful entrepreneur?
I think the number one trait is flexibility. And I'll go with Linda's reciprocity.
See, prove my point. Prove my point entirely. Thank you for having my back.
Love it. Oh, great example, guys. Denise, what do you think is the number one trait of being a successful entrepreneur?
Being open-minded. Being open to new things, new people, new places, new ideas.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Those are all great answers, Gary.
I know.
We're taking notes over here, just so y'all know. We have another question for you. One thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey is, Adam, what is the one thing you wish you could change in your journey?
I think the one thing I would like to change is I wish I would have started earlier, or I wish I could figure things out more quickly than I do.
So that's actually a great answer, Adam, because I think everybody feels that way no matter how quick they learn. I think that that's just a standard thing. We just want it faster. We want it quicker. We want it easier. That's just who we all are, I think. Linda Bonnie, what is the one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey?
Aside from not stuffing up words, which was the whole key point of the question, sometimes I would really like some more hours in the day. Yep, because there's lots of competing push-pulls at this season of my life, and I definitely know in the times where I haven't been able to be alongside some of the entrepreneurial things, I've definitely not had as much satisfaction and purpose and missed it a lot.
Well, and I'm going to quickly speak to one thing. That little sitting there, that beautiful mini me of mini Linda is what she is. I think that is something to be said really amazing about what you're doing, is you're doing all this while you have your littles surrounding you. So I think that's to be commended. So I'm just gonna put that there. Melissa, what would one thing be you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey? I'm gonna have to stop saying it soon.
Well, when you asked this, it was the immediate thing that came to mind, and I can't put anything else there. The one thing I wish I could change in my entrepreneurial journey is my reason.
Yes. Yes. Can you explain just a little bit, just so that everyone understands what you mean by that? Because
because I have been kind of a serial entrepreneur my whole life, but every other time I chose my journey. I feel like my journey chose me this time, because I wouldn't be on this journey if my son hadn't died 6.5 years ago. So that's a heck of a reason, and it is a heck of a reason. I can say it from both sides. It's a reason that drives me, but it's a reason that also makes it really hard the more the demand is there. So the reason is just, it's two-sided for me. And so, yeah, that's the one thing I wish I could change.
Such a powerful, powerful thing you just said. Like, seriously, thank you for sharing that. Denise, what is one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey?
I wish I had not waited until I got sick before I decided to change my life, before I decided that I was important enough to not do what I was doing and to craft something that was mine and that was better for me and served me better. And so I wish I had done that.
Great answer. And again, sometimes the reason behind us being entrepreneurs is not the sexy part. Like, I want to say that out loud. If anyone's out there listening and they they're doing something, they're being asked to do something that would be business like, and it's for something that doesn't, it's hard. Being sick, losing a child, like all the things, those are hard things. But I have to say, I admire the tenacity that I see in the hard of both of you doing things and working through things that have created something for other people around you too. Like I have to stop Carrie for a second and just say this is something to be commended, is when your reason is a hard reason and yet you go forward and you create that entire journey and help other people. Sorry, Carrie, I'll crawl back off my my soapbox or whatever you want to call it, but that just makes me so proud.
And Kim, I love that you pull out your soapbox for that, because it needs to be said. And I think there's many of us out there walking our paths that need to hear that, and it needs to be recognised out loud. So I agree with you completely. Shall we roll out the last question?
I think we do, and then we can get to having some chats.
Okay. So the final question, and then you guys can hop out of the hot seat, is what is your best tip for someone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur? Adam?
My best tip would be to continue to be open to learning, no matter how far you are on your journey. There's always something new you can learn. There's always a better way, a faster way, a new way as technology, continues to develop. There's always something that you can learn, and don't be closed off to learning. And I want to say, because I'm going to bring two reasons into one, because I'm going to link them together, is to also be open to feedback as well. So be open to learning and to feedback, because feedback helps you learn. See, that's how they're linked. So that's how I could get the two answers in one.
That was impressive, Carrie. I have to say, that was impressive.
I know. I thought we were actually getting a second, but no, they're together. So it's just one. So well done, Adam. Good answer. Linda Bonnie, what is your answer to the question of your best tip for someone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur?
Find your people. Find people who really believe in you, are patient with you, appreciate all of you, can brainstorm, work through all sorts of angles and directions, and just find people who trust and believe in you to your core, and listen to them. Believe them when they say they believe in you as well.
I love it. Great answer, Linda. And I think none of us need to be alone, which is why we all hang out together, because we enjoy each other's company, but we are supporting each other. So that's a really good answer, Linda. Melissa, what is your best tip for someone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur?
Be brave and just start. If we wait for everything to be perfect, in most things in life, we won't ever get there. So just do it. Get out there, start, find your community, and get out of your own way. And realize it's not going to be perfect to start with. It's just not. And do it anyway. It's the whole feel the fear and do it anyway. Somebody wrote a book about that once a long time ago. But it's still true. It's still true. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Melissa. Denise, your best tip for someone thinking of becoming an entrepreneur?
I would say to trust your gut, trust your intuition, because your inside voice, the positive one that's telling you what to do, is right. And you have to believe in yourself to trust that voice.
That is such a good answer. You guys have been practicing, I can tell.
And just for the record, if they were practicing, someone cheated, Carrie, because we did not give the answers out before tonight.
Yes.
So if y'all got answers from the team behind the scenes, they're in trouble.
We tried, but they wouldn't tell us. So we did try to bribe them.
I just want to say we did not give any answers to anything because we didn't even know the questions beforehand, if you want full transparency. And Denise is 100% correct. They did try to ask what Jill and I knew, and we didn't know anything. So nobody gave any answers.
We tried bribery. It didn't work.
We didn't even get muted. They just flat out said no.
Carrie, this is all good news, I think. We did great with hiding the questions until tonight.
I'm actually quite proud of everyone at the moment because I love that they tried. I love that Adam wouldn't disclose because, well, he couldn't.
And didn't know.
Yeah. But I actually didn't know that we were the only ones holding those questions, Kim. So I'm proud of us for that as well.
Almost like the Academy, awards show. You're the only one with the envelope.
Ooh.
That's what we were, Melissa. We were the only ones with the envelope. We feel very special now.
We're under lock and key and guarded by PricewaterhouseCoopers. No.
Or by a couple cats and dogs, I think, maybe. That's
Either one. Either one. Well, so Carrie, where do you want to start the conversations? Because I would love to just hear what's on their minds tonight. And then after we have a little bit of conversation, we're going to talk about their one things, we'll call them.
I'm still waiting for someone to give me more suggestions on the replacement word for entrepreneur. I'm still waiting for this. Like it's a real thing. Like I struggle with that word. It always comes out different, and sometimes it doesn't come out very well at all. So yeah, there's that.
small business owner, but it's not one word, so that doesn't help.
I know. I know.
It's easier to say, though. I would say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you put it to a jingle, Carrie, you will be able to say it a lot easier.
Can't all sing like you, though, Adam.
Oh, I am definitely not the gold standard of singing, but I am going to say that you, if you've seen the movie Hairspray, the John Waters film Hairspray, they have that song in there, Good Morning Baltimore. Well, you could just replace Baltimore with entrepreneur. And then maybe you'll be able to say it a lot easier.
Okay, Adam, you and I need to practice this. Maybe we'll do this outside of this space, but I'll need your assistance on this one.
I think we'll do a reel together about it, Carrie.
Oh,
say like business human or something, you know.
I love it. Well, does anybody have anything on their mind tonight besides changing the word? Do you have anything on your mind tonight to share with those that would be listening that are, looking at, because I'm going to tell you, everybody looks up to you if you're the one doing whatever it is. They look at the people who are in the arena doing whatever the thing is, and they're looking up, they're being inspired by the living proof that you all are bringing tonight to the table. So I just wonder if you have anything on your heart to share.
Go, Adam.
I think the bit of advice or encouragement I would give to anybody on this journey is just to keep going, and that it's not as easy as it may look. I don't know when I post things to social media, I don't know what people think of when I post them, whether it's like, oh wow, look at everything he's doing, it comes so naturally. Behind the scenes, it's a big struggle. Sometimes we push the button too soon on doing something that we in hindsight wish we would have waited on. And I'm just going to give a very upfront example. Was I am redesigning my website, so I'm moving from one website platform to another. And there was one day I was doing work on it, and I was like, I'm just going to push the button right now and like rip that Band-Aid off. Well, a month later, I wish I waited a little longer to push that button because I underestimated how much time it actually is going to take to copy all of my content. And I've had my old site for 14 years. To copy 14 years of information from one platform to another takes a lot longer. So now I have a beautiful website, which I'm very proud of, but the content is not fully there, which I am upset about because I accomplished a lot in 14 years with my interviews. And if you come to my site, you don't see that right now. You see, out of 1,500 interviews that I conducted, you see 7. So it's a huge undertaking that I wasn't prepared for how long it was going to take me to really do everything, and it is going to take me longer than I anticipated. So it's been challenging to stay excited and motivated and encouraged, but I know the end result is going to be this incredible site that I'm going to be very proud of, because while I've had a lot of help behind the scenes in learning how to navigate this new platform, it's something that I will have built myself, and I'm choosing not to outsource the work because I want to learn everything. So I have to be the one to do it. So I guess in summary, it would be just keep going and have continued perseverance.
Go ahead, Denise.
I would say that I am so grateful for this community. I would not be as productive and feeling like I'm deliberate about a lot of things if I didn't have everyone around me supporting me. So I would say to anybody who's starting out the journey is to find your people, find your home, find some people to support you in this, because it helps you move forward more quickly, because you might pivot, you might make changes, things don't always go right, but you're deliberate in what you're doing and you don't waffle around. I spend a lot of time waffling about. So
I love that, Denise. I think we're all guilty of waffling. I like me some waffles, but I don't like me some waffling. So Melissa, were you going to say something, ma'am?
I was honestly going to say basically what Denise said, so I'm glad she said it. Because finding that community has made all the difference. And so how do you tell other people to go out and find your people, other than to say, go out and find your people? Because this, strangely enough, this is lonely, but you do not have to be alone, is the tagline on my website. It's the first thing people say, because that's how I feel about this grief journey that I'm on. But in many ways, there's a parallel there to walking this journey and having my heart decide that I need to be an entrepreneur in it as well. Because to do it by yourself, I would have already just set up permanent camp under my desk and had snacks delivered and called it a day. Yeah, coffee. I mean, I'd have coffee delivered too. But I crawling back out, I don't know that it would be the option that, you just kind of would think, oh, well, this is a new place that I live, versus, okay, well, I'm under here to throw a fit, but then I got to get back up and out so that they can, see me and we can keep doing the work. So yeah, I think that just to expand on Denise's point was the only thing I was going to say.
Y'all make me so proud for being transparent too. That's part of the thing that makes, I think, this community so different, is we don't practice the pretending out front. Like, I think that is a big part of our flavor in this community.
Well, and if I can piggyback on that actually occurred to me later, and I should have written it down. As a podcaster, you think I would know that. I usually write things down, but I don't have a video podcast, it's audio only. So to be writing things down when you're on video live is not something that I generally do. But you made me just think of it, Princess. Entrepreneurship, a lot of people think it's only for showboaters, and I don't know how else to say it, because there are a lot of out in your face, and I'm not saying that they aren't good entrepreneurs, because many of them are, but I think we often, a lot of people think that that's synonymous with if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be out there in everybody's face, and you're going to be the one hanging the sign and selling the Kool-Aid and doing all the things, and there's almost an eye roll that goes with that feeling, and that is not what every entrepreneur is. There are plenty of other styles of entrepreneurs, hence the community that we all have found. That's not our style. And that doesn't make us any less sincere, any less successful. I would actually say it probably makes us more of many of those things. So, I think that's an important thing to think about too, is we're busting the myth of what an entrepreneur looks like.
I love that, myth busting, and we put our messy on the front porch. Like, I'll just say that.
Right, versus in a box in the basement where a lot of entrepreneurs keep it, right?
Exactly. I love it.
So what's next?
I just didn't want to cut. I didn't know if Linda was going to add something. I didn't want to cut anything off.
I have had something which I've been thinking about over the last few days at the moment. And I think a few of us, I think actually all of us, have been on the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit before. And there's a different flavor that we all bring, but there's also a consistency there, which I appreciate, and a quantity, I think, in getting the practice in, because I think many times, and I'm absolutely hands up for this very much, been doing this, I've wanted to go for quality before I am looking at the quantity first, before I'm getting the practice in, before I'm walking the walk for a few times first. So I think we need to think about the fact that, sometimes we need to produce a whole heap of quantity to lead to the quality, rather than just trying to aim straight for the quality without doing the quantity first. Did that translate out of my head?
Mm-hmm. It translated very well. And I'll give a great example for this, Linda Bonnie. I'm living proof of this part. I can show up to a video like now, 2023. I can show up to a video and just start. We can have a conversation. We can do whatever. But I'm 3,000 plus videos in. Like, and that took practicing. I remember the very first time I went live on a social media platform, I was sideways on the platform because I didn't know how it worked, and trying to figure out what I was going to say, trying to figure out why I was sideways. Like, I just remembered those feelings. But what if I had waited until I got to the point I was comfortable doing it? I'd have never got here. I would have stopped, because there's no way to go from not knowing or not doing something to the other side of being comfortable doing it without all that practice in the middle. So you are definitely on point, ma'am. When you sent me the message earlier about the quality versus quantity, I just thought, I knew you would bring the fire tonight with that, because that is that is just a great point out, is where are you practicing? That's my question for everybody. Where are you practicing to get better at what you're doing? Because at the end of the day, a business owner or an entrepreneur is the leader. And if we're not practicing our leadership skills, if we're not practicing whatever our business is doing, if we're not practicing talking about it, if we're not practicing all those kind of things, we're not going to get better. It doesn't just happen because we want it to. It has to be practiced.
And Kim, I'm going to take over right now and I'll practice taking over right now, because we do need to chat about everyone's one thing before we run out of time. We are running out of time if we're not careful. And the first person on the list for the one thing is Linda Bonney. So perfect timing.
So Linda Bonney, your one thing that we want to talk about is the fact that you are the founder and creator of the Production Hub. Like, you have done a lot of things. We've got a whole lot of podcast things. We'll just say that. We'll tease that part out. We have a whole lot of podcast things that we're going to be able to share with everybody actually by the next summit. That I will tease that out because it's super exciting. I know that your team did the things for your podcast stories with the Sunday roast. I know that they did that, but I will tell you, your way of training your team and your way of doing the things that you're doing has been very powerful. So we're excited. Carrie, do we dare tell that we have some exciting things coming about our podcast with Linda? Should we? No, we should probably keep that a secret. Let's keep that a secret. But if you go to any of the podcatchers and you look up Stories with the Sunday Roast, you will find Linda Bonney there, and you can listen to an amazing way that she tells stories and interviews. I don't even know how that works. I'll just tell you, I don't have that talent or that skill, but I think about in one of the episodes, Melissa talking about the step ladder, the step chair thing. And I giggle because I think about that. I think about the stories from the basement. Like, there were just several things that were like, oh my goodness, it's so good. I've listened like several times to the entire season. So just saying that out loud. But if you don't have someone taking care of your podcast needs, connect with Linda, but definitely go listen to Stories with the Sunday Roast. How's that, Carrie?
Brilliant. Love it. So, Kim, we want to talk about Adam for a moment.
Adam. Oh, I'm not supposed to be singing live. Everybody will run away. So, Adam, I wanted to just point out that Adam has had almost all yeses. Can I just say that way? He has absolutely pitched some of the biggest names, celebrities, some of the biggest people in the entertainment industry, and gotten yeses from them. And he's got some secret sauce that he's created to do it. And he's been sharing it in a workshop. So this part, you can go to the website. While the interviews are not all there, you can go connect with Adam on his website, and you can see what he's building and what he's doing. But he does have a workshop coming up that if anyone is interested in learning how to get people they are dreaming about interviewing to say yes to being a podcast guest or to being even an interview guest like we're doing right now, Adam is your guy. Adam is the one to go to. So definitely reach out and connect with Adam so that I love when he says it, so that your dream guest will say yes. Did I do okay with the what do you call it? I can't even think of the word. I was trying to imitate Adam. I don't think I did a very good job. Like he does you, Carrie, on Clubhouse. He does things.
You did great. It was amazing. So, Kim, can we talk about Denise's one thing?
We can. Our findability queen herself. She has done all kinds of things. And I will have to tell you, what is her one thing for this time? Because Denise is like rocking all the things.
There's a game night coming, Kim.
So here's what I want to know is, do we really want to tell everybody, Carrie, or do we want to just go like our own selves so we can win the game?
Oh, that's a great idea. So it's like, because it's a party, it's another party, but it is a game night. And Kim, if it's just you and me, we got a 50-50 chance here.
That might be the best odds we've ever had, Carrie. Okay,
But Kim, there's a problem with that though. We love to hang out together, but we love to hang out with other people. So we do want to invite everybody else to attend as well.
So there is a game night, and it's going to be a scavenger hunt, and it is going to be hosted by the findability queen herself, Denise. And I'm just going to say that is going to be so fun because not only will you get to play a game, and it's free, it costs you your email so that she can send you the link, but it is going to be so exciting because you're going to learn a lot that you didn't know about SEO kind of things, findability kind of things, and you're going to be able to do a scavenger hunt. And I don't know, Denise, will there be prizes? Because Carrie and I can be bought with prizes.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Bring your favorite beverage and your snacks and your browser, and we're going to have fun.
Oh, we're in. We're in.
Yep.
I think we've already signed up. Thank you, Denise. And we are to our Melissa Bottor Fairy, which I will say this is a little heavier. So I am going to just change the speed just a little bit because of the space that Melissa is in and her reason behind this entire journey. There are so many things on her website. I don't want to pick one. I want to talk about a few with the arrow pointed to the website because Melissa has so many resources for suicide loss, for families, friends, for I'm going to just say the world who has suffered great losses. And we all know someone we can send her way to get those resources. She has a free survival guide on her website that, to get through that loss, because it is something that I don't even want to put words to it, Melissa, because it is so serious. But I also want to say that she has got a podcast that everybody should take note of because she has crossed into the numbers, which makes her sad in one way because of the topic, but very proud in another way. She's actually in the top 1% of all podcasters by download numbers. She is getting more and more and more downloads, and she's having more people follow because what she's doing is so needed. And she started it from not having the support she needed. So now she has support groups for mamas. She has resources. She has all kinds of things. And she's doing projects, legacy projects for mamas to come in and be able to basically memorialize is what I'm going to call it. They can talk about their kids and the good memories and the good things and put that in print. So it's really sexy, all the things that she does. Not the reason for it, but the fact that she has stepped up and done the hard things to take care of so many people. Melissa, I have to say, I am always in awe of you and the fact that you keep turning up to do the things that you do. So thank you for your generosity all across your website. So Carrie, we're boom, boom, boom. Can we do 10-second final thoughts from everybody? Where's the bell?
Yes, we really need fast final thoughts. So Denise, can you kick us off?
I am thankful for this community, and thank you, Kim and Carrie, for giving us this platform and for always supporting us.
Thank you, Denise. Melissa?
I too am thankful for this community, and I would say Kim and Carrie on the forefront, but I also mean it for everybody that's behind the scenes working as hard as they are, because I know she's got a whole team there, and I appreciate the community. So thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Linda, final thoughts.
This isn't the first. It won't be the last. I'm sure you'll see us back again. This team is like a dog with a bone. So I look forward to many more to come.
July,
Thank
Linda,
you.
July.
We will be back. Adam, final thoughts.
You're not going to take my job from me of the bell. That will always be mine. But my final thoughts are just to, if you're someone who is an entrepreneur or thinking about being an entrepreneur, just take the first step into the journey and find your community. If you don't have a community or you don't know where to look, you can always come to the My Sexy Business community, and we will be here for you. So those are my final thoughts.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam. And I have to confess, Carrie, we have one more that we have to introduce and go to, one more interview that's a quick clip. But thank you all for being on the panel. We are going to go over to Holly Totten, who is the founder and an amazing leader of the New Author Intensive, where she's helping people learn to write their stories. She's also an amazing editor and writing coach. She has lots of things going, but the most important thing to know is that she is willing to give you a few minutes of her time. If you think you need to know if your story is worth sharing, message Holly. I don't see her website yet, but I bet it's coming. But message Holly if you are interested in a call, and then we're going to do this a little backwards. We did one thing first instead of at the end, but I want to make sure everybody gets that piece. And we're going to go over to the interview. We'll be back in I think it's 4 minutes, 3 minutes long. And then we are going to see everybody on Clubhouse too. So let's go to Holly's interview real quick. And sorry, we're over time. So welcome, Holly Totten, and we're excited that you're with us. We have some questions for you tonight, and we can't wait to get this party started.
I am ready.
Excellent. Well, Holly, our first question is, what's your favorite part of being an entrepreneur?
Wow. I have a lot of favorite parts. I think my most favorite part is getting to do what I love. So I think that's probably and I get to choose that. So those two things together.
Oh, I like that. Mm.
So I have a question for you. That was maybe your easy answer for the night. Your biggest lesson learned as an entrepreneur?
The biggest lesson learned so far, I think, is it's up to me. Nobody's going to do it for me. I have a lot of wonderful people helping me and steering me in the right direction. But if I go to bed and don't do it, it's not done.
What do you think is the number one trait you need to be a successful entrepreneur?
The number one trait, I think I'm going to go with a thick skin, because I think you have to learn to roll with the punches, take things for what they are, and don't read more into them, and not take things personal. Let it, learn and make moves from what, the feedback and the ups and the downs and all of it. But don't let it hurt your feelings. Learn and move on.
That's a great answer, Holly. So is there one thing you wish you could change in your entrepreneur journey?
Yes. It would have been to start many, many years ago rather than, and I'm very thankful that I've started in this third half of my life. But, and actually I took a walk today, and I actually was thinking about that as, what I could have done had I had the knowledge, had the community, had all of the things in place that I have now 20 or 30 years ago. So I know timing is, things happen when they're supposed to. And I do know that. But if I could change it and make it be, picture perfect, I would have started years ago.
I like that answer, Holly, and I think many of us have that answer. So you're not alone in that one. So Holly, what do you think is the best tip you could give to someone who's thinking of becoming an entrepreneur?
I think my best tip would be kind of twofold. Do it. Just jump in there and do it, because until you do that, nothing's going to happen. But I think the biggest thing is finding a community to support you and help you and to learn from. I don't know. I just feel like, honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be, in this journey like I am without my community. And so and finding the right one, may take a time, a try or two. But there is a right one out there for everybody. And I just, anybody stepping in the entrepreneurial world, that would be my first advice to them, is find a community that you love and loves you.
And we definitely love our Holly Totten.
We do.
Again, we just want to say really quickly, sorry for going over time. That's all me. That's me messing this up. But Holly is willing to get on a call with you if you have a question about telling your story. And I think that's a generous thing. So if you go to her website, all you have to do is submit your email so that she can email you back and set up a time. I think it's really important for everybody to hear that, because a lot of people question, Carrie, if they are on track, they don't know how to get started, and she handles all of that kind of stuff. So I think it's exciting.
It is. And Holly is amazing in the whole story sharing, publishing, book writing space, and all the words that Kerry just can't even comprehend, but that's okay. And yes, we love having her in the community. She wasn't able to be here live, but we did get the opportunity to pre-record. And Kim, I think we've got a party to go to.
Carrie, we do. We want to make sure that everybody knows that we're headed over to Clubhouse for the after party. So if anybody wants to come hang out with the speakers or with us, with the team, we're going to be there for the next hour, just chatting and having conversations. So if you have questions, whatever it is, we'll see you over there in the My Sexy Business house. That is what it's called. And Carrie, thank you for being an amazing host of the summit, the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit.
Well, Kim, thank you for having me. Thank you to the team for pulling this all together for us. And thank you to everyone that tuned in, because it's been an amazing couple of hours with awesome people involved. And it's just been a blast. Thank you.
We'll see you again in July is what I'm saying, except they're going to mute me. So I had to say it quick. So love y'all. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Club.